Hey everyone, welcome back. The end of August. Well, the nights are getting colder, and we had our first north blow yesterday, and they will get more and more prevalent as we go into the fall until we'll end up in November with a full gale. So it's that time of year, and it's a busy time of year, time to harvest everything. So today I want to show you some of my portulacaria, and it's been a wonderful plant to propagate and sell at the market. So let's take a look at them. So this is the variegated portulacaria that I have, and this is the best one I've got going. This will be my keeper. And this cutting was taken over a year ago, and it has done really nice. They can be developed into really nice bonsai shapes, but it's kind of their nature to be a cascading plant, so you have to do a lot of encouragement to get them to look like a bonsai tree. So here's a flat of the cuttings that I took yesterday. And a lot of people with succulents, they let them dry out for a day and they're all worried about them. But I just take the cutting and stick them directly into my potting mix, and they have all rooted really nice for me. So I have a lot of these 1-year-old cuttings that are now in these concrete, my little concrete pots, and they're right at that point where they need the lower branches cut off them to encourage them to look more like a bonsai shape. So all I do with these is just strip these lower leaves off. I don't use any rooting hormone on these because they've all rooted for me super easy. Really easy plant to propagate. So if you just let them do what they want to do, they're gonna grow these little suckers on the bottom of them, and they're never gonna really look like a bonsai tree. So this is a really important thing to do to them. You have to create that trunk on the bottom of them. So these lower leaves come off really easy. And that makes a plant for next year. I've had great sales on these. Just selling these little plants for $6 has been a great product. So I want to get enough of these off of here to where that it starts to look like a trunk. So that means taking quite a few of them. And they kind of instantly start to look like a bonsai tree. So you can see that becomes the trunk, and now it's more like a tree shape. So that's a really important step on them. So I've got one that's more developed, and I'm gonna put it in a nice pot, take it to the market and try to sell it. So we'll do that one now. All right, so here's a pot that I made on one of my slump molds. And this one has been in the house for probably 2 years. This one's been developed from a cutting for about 2 years. So it's done really well just sitting on a a windowsill in the house, and that has become a really important thing for me to have this plant to sell, because most of the trees really want to be outside, and a lot of people are looking for a house plant, and this one makes a really good house plant. So it's been a wonderful plant to have as a alternative to buying a tree, because the trees are much harder to take care of, and this plant is very drought resistant, and they can actually go for about a week without water. So it's become a really important plant for me to have, because a lot of people come up and they're interested in having a bonsai tree, but they don't really want to take care of it every day. So you can see that this one's got quite a lean on it, and they do naturally like to grow like that. So you have to be the one that straightens them out. But they do really well in small pots, and being root bound doesn't seem to bother them much. So since I'm going to put this into this pot, it gives me a chance to straighten it out. And rocks have become a really good thing to use with this plant too, to encourage it to stand up straight, because they do want to be a cascade plant. But to get a good bonsai shape out of them, they really need to be more upright like this. And since I am going to take this one right to the market, I want to get a really nice fresh moss bed on it, because that's become a really important thing at the market. The people are so attracted to the moss, and it's just a big, in a lot of people's mind, it's a big part of a bonsai plant, is the moss growing on the top of it. So I always want to tuck the edge in really nice, so that the moss flushes out with the pot here. So I've got some nice healthy moss here. Usually when I get a piece like this, I'll just split it like that and take it in around the trunk. This moss, it tears off really nice, and very easy to get it shaped into the pot. And it just has a huge visual effect on them, and makes people want them. That's what it's all about. It has to be love at first sight. So it does have some of those lower branches, and just getting these two lower ones off will give it a much more of a tree shape. So there we go. This one will be available Saturday morning at the Hubbard's Market. Hope everyone's having a great bonsai day. And I'll see you next time on Bonsai by the Sea.